here are my top 10 favorite Harry Potter moments in the franchise. So, these are just some of my favorite moments that stuck out to me while watching the franchise. So, I've reviewed every movie now, and I did the franchise ranked. So, let's get started. At number 10 is Harry flying on a griffin from Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, these bottom three spots, spots 10 through kind of 8, are just kind of like throwaway spots, more or less. Like, I mean, there's still moments that I like, but some of these are just kind of like, okay, I just kind of put on these moments because these movies otherwise wouldn't have been represented on my list. So I tried to kind of have a little bit more movies presented on the list instead of just like 4 movies in the franchise. So anyways, Harry flying on a griffin from Prisoner of Azkaban. It just feels magical. So I just thought it was really cool for that. It just felt like this majestic, magical types of scene, Harry flying on a griffin. So I kind of like it. It's cool. Number 9 is the horny rhino chase from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This is easily the best scene of the movie, and it's easily the best moment throughout that Fantastic Beast trilogy. The rhino chases Jacob onto the lake, and they have to capture the rhino or something, and they have to escape the rhino. I thought it was just really good. It was a really good moment in that movie. It was memorable, so it makes it onto my list of the top 10 Harry Potter moments. Number 8 is the bathroom troll battle from Sorcerer's Stone. It's interesting, and it's a fantastical fight with Harry, Ron, and Hermione fighting the troll in the bathroom. So I really like it. It's interesting. I think it is kind of the best scene of Sorcerer's Stone, so I really like it. Number 7, now here are like the actual moments that I like. These are the moments I actually do like, that I do think of Harry Potter, that I do think of the Harry Potter franchise for. And so number 7 is the Deathly Hallows tale from Deathly Hallows Part 1. First off, the animation broke up the movie. It was just kind of like a boring movie, but then you got that animation, and it just broke it up, and it was interesting. 3 brothers escape death. Death grants them one wish, and then eventually they all die. Like, one kills himself, one dies, and then one just accepts their fate into death. So I just thought it was really interesting. It was just such an interesting tale. So I really like it. This scene, that's easily the best scene in Deathly Hallows Part 1. Number 6 is the fire room scene from Deathly Hallows Part 2. This was just so thrilling. Malfoy and his group sets the room on fire with Harry, Ron, and Hermione in it, and then it's dangerous. Eventually, Harry, Ron, and Hermione get on brooms, and they're flying around, and then I love the moment where Harry decides to actually save Malfoy, and like Ron and Hermione are like, "What? That doesn't make any sense." But it's just so cool that Harry saves Malfoy, even though he could have just let him die in there, because Malfoy was always mean to them. So, but he doesn't let him die. So, it's just such an actiony scene, and it kind of shows that Harry Potter is a nice person, so I really like it. Number 5 is the end battle from Order of the Phoenix. This is just such a great fight. It first starts off in a small room with the good guys and bad guys just fighting, duking it out. And then it goes to in the big room where Harry chases Bellatrix Lestrange, and then Dumbledore comes, and Dumbledore and Voldemort both fight. It's so awesome. And it's kind of like a precursor to the Deathly Hallows Part 2 battle, in a way, because it has some of the main villains and then some of the main heroes, certainly Harry, Ron, and Hermione. So it's just such an exciting fight. Like, that last 15 to 20 minutes of Order of the Phoenix is just so thrilling, and it's just so awesome. So I really like it. Number 4 is the Bludger Chase from Chamber of Secrets. This has always been one of my favorite moments of the franchise. It's actiony. Harry is getting chased by a bludger. He gets chased around the arena. He goes under the arena, dodging beams, while the bludger is just going right through the beams, crushing them. And then it ends with Harry falling on the ground on the Quidditch match, and then the bludger is just smashing into the ground trying to hit Harry, and then eventually Hermione uses a spell to destroy the bludger. It's just such an awesome chase. I love that chase. I love the bludger trying to hit Harry on the ground. That is just really cool. I love it. It's such an actiony scene, so I just love it. Number 3 is the dragon fight from Goblet of Fire. Harry escapes the dragon. This is the first wizarding game of the movie out of 3. He gets on his broom, he gets chased around Hogwarts, and then he falls off his broom on the roof. The dragon is coming to get him. He eventually gets his broom back and flies around Hogwarts some more, eventually escaping the dragon, so that's awesome. And then it ends off with him getting the golden egg, so that's just such an awesome actiony scene. From the bludger chase up to my number 1, it has always stuck out as being some of my favorite moments of the franchise, so just to apply that for all of these scenes from now on. It's just so awesome. This is like probably the first scene where I legitimately loved Harry Potter, so the Harry Potter franchise. So it's just such an awesome scene, so I love it. Number 2 is the end Voldemort fight in Goblet of Fire. And just that graveyard scene, basically. Wormtail throws a baby in there, and it's creepy. It turns out it's Voldemort. Voldemort is finally back. He fights Harry. Harry fights Voldemort. They're shooting their wands at each other, and it's just awesome. Harry barely escapes, and it ends with, unfortunately, spoilers, a tragic death of Cedric Diggory. So it's actually dangerous, and kind of sad and emotional. So this is just one of my favorite moments of the entire franchise. But with that said, my number 1 favorite moment in the entire Harry Potter franchise, this might be cheating, so I don't know. But because it's not exactly one moment, but it's just a scene, and that is the final 20 minutes of Deathly Hallows Part 2. It's an epic, action-y conclusion. Harry Potter and Voldemort duking it out. And then it ends with Harry Potter and his friends with happy lives. And it's such a satisfying ending to this 8-movie original franchise before Fantastic Beasts came. But it's such an epic finale to this Harry Potter versus Voldemort storyline, so it easily comes out in as my number 1 favorite moment of the Harry Potter franchise. Thanks for watching.